Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Or good morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm keep working because I'm not a scavenger as the boss of this misleading theater in Nigeria called me. I am a very, very hard working person that works approximately 17 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I don't want to keep you for long in this video. As it seems, these people are currently on fire because those who know the truth using my statements, the statements of real statements I did against them. And now they try again to manipulate their answers and to find a good excuse and to have a one-to-one communication with the people in order to do what they know very well, which is to deceive the people, to manipulate the people. But let me say something, because, truth is very simple always. What is complicated is when people try to change the truth, to make it, to build it as they like to build it, without to present very simple, very, very simple, and very, how can I say, transparent and very easily to prove facts. First of all, they keep mentioning ISO-SEC, International Security Organization, ISO KLG, which is my company, without to say that this company have no collaboration with them or with ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. Never had the collaboration because I didn't need to have. My company never offered any service in Nigeria, as my company does not offer any service in Ghana, as my company does not offer any service in Zimbabwe, as my company did not offer any service in Serbia, in Portugal, in any country around the world. We use local partners for providing the service. We don't offer services around the world. What we do is we collaborate with accredited, with serious professionals, and we certify their certification process. And in many cases, we issue the certificate. Okay, but this is not a direct service my company do to any Nigerian. Okay, very simple things. Now, the question is very, very simple. If I was joining in this meeting that I will never, of course, I don't want to have any contact with these people, I fall to this level for a long time by collaborating with them. I don't want to be in this ever again. But if I was in this meeting, I will make them few questions, very simple. And I suggest you to make these questions as well. First is, they stated that ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited was known also as ISO-SEC Switzerland. This is something that first time created by the chef, master chef, the cook who cooking all these stories, all these fake stories, who is my previous representative that I appointed in Nigeria after the death of my partner, Nnamdi Okeke. And for the first time, ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited, which is my company as well, moved from the inactivity status that it was since the day one we founded in 2020, myself, Nnamdi Okeke, and two other gentlemen from Nigeria, that Nnamdi gifted them the 10%, but this was only in papers. In real life, they didn't have any implication in the specific company. And of course, I have their resignation in my hands as directors and as shareholders. And today I am the only major shareholder alive. But before I go to this, let's put the things chronologically and make it as more simple as possible. In 2015, I decided to turn a little bit more, to give a little bit more, let's say, weight in education provision. This to support somebody I counted as my friend back then from Europe. And I used my company, Kingston International Group, which is also seminars and all companies can provide, can offer seminars and so on, okay? This is not an issue. All companies. It's not necessary to be further education provider, which is focused in this. And for 1.5 to 2 years, we was operating with this company, providing some seminars. In 2017, I took a decision to create a further education provider, to have a dedicated company that will provide further education. At the beginning, created another brand, but within its name, it had the word foundation. And when I applied it to the Swiss authorities for approval, they rejected because foundation, it's not just a title, it's also a legal status. It's a legal type of an organization, and actually created to administrate a fund. For example, the Nobel Foundation is a foundation, and have some funds, have a fund, and they do what they do. After they rejected the specific name, it came to my mind to move by having also in mind that I wanted always, if you ask people who know me since 98, 2000, 2005, all these years that I had the World Bodyguards Association, my main focus, it was to upgrade the level of the industry, of the security industry. Like this, I created the International Security Organization, because I didn't have in mind, I wanted to start by provision of further education, but I didn't have in mind to make money-making business in further education. What I had in mind is to provide, to create something that will be able to interconnect security industry around the world and upgrade the level of the security industry in every country, especially in Africa and in poor European and Asian countries and so on. This it was my vision. When I gave the name and I created the company, the name it was the National Security Organization, ISO KLG. Okay? This government accepted. Then I started creating the logo. And I realized, when I searched also in internet, I knew it, of course, because I am ISO man. But it never passed from my mind that somebody can mix us with this. But when I saw the logo I created, it was easy, ISO, to mislead and make people believe that the National Security Organization is probably a part of the International Standardization Organization. And this, I didn't like it. I don't want even this. If those people that will believe we have a connection, immediately they will run because it's something very serious. As we all know, the National Standardization Organization is the National Organization for Standardization is called today. The known ISO 9001, ISO 9002, and in the past, ISO 18,000, 24,000, and so on. It's a huge organization, very, very well known accreditations organization. That this will bring only profits to us if people believe we are connected. Do I have any legal challenge? No, because I don't say International Standardization Organization. I say the National Security Organization. Where is the common? They are not able to say anything. But I didn't want people to be misled and believe we are the same. Why? Because this is who I am. I believe those who mislead others are criminals. This is what I believe. And I would like somebody to tell me that they are not, especially when they do that on purpose to make money, and they make money out of it. Okay? So, anyway. Then is when I thought I have to add some more letters in order to make it to be distinguished completely from ISO, from International Standardization Organization. And what else to put? SEC. SEC is the three first letters from the word security. ISO-SEC, I created in 2017 with this way. ISO-SEC, it was the first brand we had, the first commercial brand we had, and the official firm, it was the International Security Organization, ISO KLG. And ISO-SEC, it was our making business brand. Good day, sir. Good evening. Good morning. So, 3 years after, I realized that my friend, the friend I had, and I was supporting until then in Europe, didn't follow the same vision with me. I forgot to tell you that I accepted his kind offering key to create the first logo of ISO-SEC. It was okay, nothing so great, but it was okay, no problem. Even though I had also many do this, don't do this, and so on. Anyway, so when I decided to stop collaborating with a specific gentleman, I decided also, because I saw he was keep using ISO-SEC logo he created, I decided to rebrand, and this time to create a new logo. And in the new logo, put the International Security Organization inside the logo, to put the Swiss flag inside the logo, and put the word ISO-SEC and a bird I created within this logo. So I created a logo, a distinguished logo, which is today trademarked. And if you go to the World Intellectual Property Organization, you will find it there. And these people, they commit crimes by using a trademarked logo, but it's okay, not a problem. Everyone can do whatever they want until the time to pay for what they do. The good things and the bad things will arrive. And for all this time, when you use and abuse things you don't own, things you didn't pay not even 1 cent to get them, it comes a day that this dream will come to an end. Okay? So anyway, in 2020, I felt very safe, but nobody now can steal my logo ever again because it's a Swiss flag. And be my guest. Whoever of the guts can make a company here in Switzerland and pretend it's ISO-SEC. Be my guest. In 24 hours, will be in prison because Switzerland is different. In Switzerland, the laws are working, the public servants are working, and these things they do and they work fast. Okay? You don't wait months or years until somebody decides to do something because they are not able to do differently. And we are going in this. We are going in this to the direction that they will not be able to do differently. We are going there because we know how it works, the things. And I don't know if you don't understand what I'm saying, but those I send the message, they understand very well what I'm talking about. So in 2019, I met my dearest friend, late Nnamdi Okeke, who came in Switzerland together with a very famous institute called IIPS from Nigeria, and the DJ for a course of serious crimes. Nnamdi Okeke was a facilitator. I was facilitating also as a person the specific course. The course was course of IIPS. They made it in Switzerland. And until then, we had the collaboration with International Security Association, with a non-profit International Security Association that I'm also president, of course. An association with, anyway, let's not talk more. A very, very serious association. When we met face to face, because we knew each other from 2014, 2015 with Nnamdi, and this meeting, it was through the IIPS. But in 2019 was first time we was meeting face to face, and we decided to start ISO-SEC also in Nigeria. We said we will make a company in Nigeria that will start providing the service. We started the company. This company's name is ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. The company started from me and late Nnamdi Okeke. I realized that he added two other gentlemen, and without my approval, but I wasn't angry. I was shocked because agreement was 50-50. But when Nnamdi explained to me that these people wasn't in real life, in reality, wasn't shareholders or something, it was just there. I never understood the reason, but it's okay because I don't say this because I have a problem. Both gentlemen, they resigned when I asked them after Nnamdi's passed. They're not members of the company. So it's not a problem. But this is a reality. This is the truth. And by having in mind this company, the local company, not my Swiss company, this company, ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited, that I was participating as a physical person, not as a Swiss company, that these people, these misleading people, I don't know how else to call them, they have to have a name, but I'm not able to think about it at this moment. It will come, the name, later, not from me, from the authorities and from the law. They keep mentioning this company that has nothing to do with any business in Nigeria. Created this company in order to provide the local service, okay? With them have in mind this company to be an official further education provider, to take licenses from the Ministry of Education and so on of Nigeria and all these things. But because I was also a director of the company, in order the company to be able to have a functional bank account, I have to create a BVN number. Nigerians know what the BVN number is. I think it's bank verification number, something like this. BVN means, I'm not sure. And for this reason, I had to go physically to a place with a BVN machine in order to give my details, my identity, my passport, whatever, and sign in the machine. And since then, this BVN number, it will be like my signature in order the bank of ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited to be able to operate. But in 2020, and I say the dates also, this machine that existed in the Swiss, in Switzerland, in the Nigerian embassy of Switzerland, didn't work. I don't know if until today it works or not, but then it didn't work. So I had to go to another country that they have this BVN machine in order to sign. I contacted France, which is in Paris. I tried to contact them days and days and days. Nobody answers any phone. I send email. Nobody answers any email. I'm sure you're not surprised. Then another country that I had an option to go, it was in Germany. The BVN is in Berlin. And I tried again and again and again to make appointment. Nobody answers. So you imagine me to have to travel because from health challenges, I'm not able to take the plane. I'm not afraid of the plane. I'm parachutist. I was a parachutist, but because of health challenges, I'm not able to use plane since many years now. So I had to drive 8 hours to Paris or 15 hours to Berlin without to have an appointment. And if I go and the machine doesn't work, if I go and nobody's there, you know, these are the good things of some countries. Therefore, it was impossible for me to make a BVA number. The day was passing, and 1 month passed, second month passed. So we found out that it's not possible this thing to happen. And we decided, my late partner, Nnamdi Okeke, to proceed with his own company, Threat Analysts Limited, and undertake solely the education in Nigeria. Since then, the company ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited stayed in inactivity because we didn't shut it down, because we wanted, in order nobody else to be able to make ISO-SEC in Nigeria. Today exists ISO-SEC Consult in Nigeria that provides educational services. And I guess how this is possible to happen, okay? I guess how this is possible to happen, but all these things will come to the basket when the time it comes, because the time will come. I'm telling you, I will not leave this alone until the justice is served, okay? So we're not talking about, a dispute here. It's not something that I shared with these people who are abusing it today. I didn't share with anyone. I just allow them to operate in ISO-SEC brand as long as I was implicated. Since the moment I withdraw because of serious problems these people created to me, and I can prove them because these authorities are also implicated in this, and I had to withdraw. Since that day, they mislead the public. They pretend they are ISO-SEC in order to keep receiving money. Okay? Not only this, they created a company in the United States named the International Security Organization Incorporation, like my company, in Switzerland, which is, by the way, International Security Organization ISO KLG, forget it. International Security Organization ISO-SEC today is a non-profit Swiss organization. Okay? And those people now, they abusing a non-profit. The brand name is copyrighted, is trademarked by me, it's on my personal name. I control it globally as a physical person. These people keep involving ISO-SEC KLG by pretending is a hijacker who tried to undertake the control. What control? Let me go back now to make it easier for you. I created ISO-SEC in 2017. 2020, Nnamdi Okeke and myself, we created ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. Later, continued in Nigeria with threat analysts. These people, they don't have anything from Nnamdi Okeke, any authorization to pretend they are the continuation of Nnamdi, because this is what they say. There is no continuation of Nnamdi. Nnamdi passed away. Nobody, and this I cleared to him when I accepted him to my group. I didn't know he would hijack it then. He will try to hijack my entire brand. If I knew, I would not accept him. So without him to pay not even 1 cent for this brand that today he's using and make money without my authorization. The owner, the only owner of ISO-SEC. There is no other owner of ISO-SEC. If Nnamdi was here at this moment, he will verify he's not owner of ISO-SEC. Since day one until the last moment he passed away, it was completely clear ISO-SEC is Switzerland and belongs to me. Why? Because if you remember in this video, I said I was just out from an abusing ex-partner, European this time, who kept using ISO-SEC. Today does not exist, by the way, because they have also criminal investigations and it does not exist anymore. Does not completely. It's gone. Bye-bye. Smoke, air, does not exist. If it exists, we'll have serious issues. You see? But I'm still here. Not him. I'm still here. Okay? So I clear completely also to my beloved late partner Nnamdi Okeke that he has nothing to do with ISO-SEC. And he didn't have any objection in this. But because of his impeccable ethics, even though people tried to make me believe he wasn't a nice person, him and his team, I will not extend in this more. It was a big story. But if you see, in 2021 or 2022, I think 2021, I announced Nnamdi Okeke as my senior vice president. Do you know why I did that? I did that in order, in the case I get retired or passed away, if I die tomorrow morning, because Nnamdi, when he passed away in 2023, he was 39 years old. He was very, very young. So Nnamdi, it was about to be my continuation. The next president, not only of ISO-SEC, also of ISA and WBA. When the time it comes, and myself either die or retired. This never happened, but he had the senior vice president title, a honorary title I provided to him. In the case I die or retired, everything to pass to him. Okay? This was my last will, which is not valid anymore, is cancelled after he passed away. Okay? And it was also honorary title. He didn't pay, he didn't work for WBA or for ISA, even though for ISA he was my representative in Nigeria for a long period. And for WBA as well. But I'm sorry to say, we had nothing positive from ISA and WBA from Nigeria, except few, maybe, memberships that the people paid once, only to take the badge. They took the badge, they disappeared. Inactive members, for us, they don't exist. So, in 2023, late 2023, after Nnamdi passed away, this person who is the leader of this misleading theater in Nigeria approached me. He was one of the facilitators we used for 2 or 3 courses. Nobody knew about this person. I introduced this person to Nnamdi because he called me in order to, it was a tactic since then, to penetrate and do what he did finally. It was his tactic. So he started contacting me since then. And then he asked me to introduce him to Nnamdi, to provide courses and so on. And I did so. Nnamdi, he said to me, I don't know. And actually, he told me, Chief, I told you, don't deal with Nigerians. It's like he knew. I didn't hear. You know, the problem people like me, we have. We believe people are like us, you understand, with clear minds. But anyway, it is okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. Everything will come to a balance sooner or later. So, and he told me, he promised me he will bring lots of business, and he will put in order some pending issues we had with payments, with many issues we had. He promised me he will bring lots of students. He had lots of students, he said. I didn't see any student from him. What I saw, it was he entered to my groups, to my WhatsApp groups, and he started using my students, our students with Nnamdi and the Nigerian team from day one to provide. At the beginning, we offered some pre-courses, but with paid certificates that I issued them. So what he offered, some facilitation he offered. He didn't bring students, and I issued the certificate. So what he did is a collection of money, and he facilitated some courses. Yeah? But he got paid not as a facilitator, as a 50% shareholder. He paid. The agreement it was, he will be the 50% shareholder of ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited if he do what he promised, that to be big business in Nigeria, to bring many people, to support our existing students and all this. That's why I gave him access to everything that later he hijacked. He undertook the control of Instagram with 5,000 real students. He undertook the control of Facebook account. And he starts saying rubbish about my Swiss company. He don't mention my name. He always keeping my name out, because if he mentions my name is common to International Security Organization ISO KLG. I am the owner and the founder. He hides my name from ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. I am the founder and the only alive major shareholder of ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. He used and abused until recently the bank account it was used of ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited, even though I kicked them out from ISO-SEC. Officially, with emails to the Nigerian embassy in Switzerland, to the Swiss embassy in Nigeria, to the authority who was controlling us, and so on. So, officially, in 18th of August 2025. But after he made a conference in Nigeria, he pretends he is ISO-SEC because he created a college named ISO-SEC College of I don't know what, even though I told him he must rename it because now I'm not a part of his business anymore. He must rename it. Huh? But no. How to rename it? Sometime after, he made International Security Organization Incorporation in United States in order to hijack my entire brand globally. He wants to be the man. I'm very angry, not with him, with me. How is possible a person like him, to allow a person like him to mislead me? I'm very angry with myself. Very angry. I had better idea for me. That I am smarter than that. That I allowed evil people to make their games. There is no dispute. They didn't pay not even 1 cent to do what they do today. They didn't bring any business. They say they bring business. And they asked me 30 million naira in order for them to go out. Seriously. This has a name also. In order to leave you alone, give us $30 million naira. This has a name as well. And all this is through third person. It's through third person, and all these are easy to be proved if needed. And instead, these people to be smart enough to understand this will have an end, and the end will not be smooth. The end will be downhill, legal downhill, will be a tsunami that nobody will be able to stop it. You know why? Because international TV channels will be implicated officially in the investigation if Nigerian law does not prevail, if Nigerian justice does not prevail for any reason, because maybe they cooked very well, all the things. And of course they cook very well, of course, because when they enter, they was already prepared for that. They knew what they did. They knew what papers they was asking me for other reasons to send them. They knew what they wanted to make me mouth. It was everything very well designed. So I will finish this. Tomorrow they have a meeting. And I suggest you to join this meeting and make them the questions. Who is Nikolaos Fokianos? Which is the role of Nikolaos Fokianos in the International Security Organization ISO-KLG, in ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited? Who appointed them as the continuation, as they say, of Nnamdi? They use the name of the dead person of Nnamdi Okeke to their website in order to prove, number one, it was Nnamdi, number two, is this person. And they don't be ashamed to use a dead person. They are not ashamed. Can you understand that? They want to be famous and rich and powerful by using the skin of a dead man. While family of Nnamdi battling to put food to their table, because these people using what Nnamdi did in Nigeria, and they're happy, they make money, and they use the money to make the companies in America, in England, here and there, to pretend they're big, they're legit, make gifts to make people happy, to give accreditation, to give awards, to give my badges. They have 300 badges. I paid. I have the invoice in my office. I have the producer who can verify these badges arrived to the office of Nnamdi after I paid them. But Nnamdi was passed away. And one of the team on Nnamdi took them, and then we forced them because he made me believe these people were criminals. Something was completely false, of course. And he forced them to give him the badges. Now he's using without my approval. He don't send them back to me. I told them, send them back to me with payment by the delivery from the recipient. I will pay when they arrive. Or I can send the courier and take them. They never answered. Why to answer? Free stuff. Those are the people who telling you is the International Security Organization, ISO-KLG, misleading statements about Nigeria, about ISO-SEC Nigeria, and all this rubbish. So tell them to answer. Who is Nikolaos Fokianos in ISO-SEC? Who appointed them in Nigeria? Not the other two, The other two was from the traitors from the team of Nnamdi, and now are with him. Not these two, because these two were appointed by Nnamdi. All of them will get what they deserve. Don't worry. They will. They will. Nnamdi is in my dreams every night and tell me to relax. I'm relaxed, by the way. I'm very relaxed. I'm not angry. I'm angry with myself. I'm not angry with them. Why should I be angry with them? If you walk in the street and a mosquito hit your face, you will be angry with a mosquito. You will be angry with yourself that you didn't protect from mosquitoes. I don't compare human with mosquitoes, because some human are worse than mosquitoes. So it will not be good for mosquitoes to compare them. Okay? So anyway, I suggest you to make them these questions. Who is Fokianos? What they mean that ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited, it was known as ISO-SEC Switzerland. What exactly they mean with this? For a company that was in inactivity, students didn't know about ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. Nobody knew about ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. Students knew about ISO-SEC Switzerland and Threat Analysts Limited that was paying the money there. But what they knew about courses, it was ISO-SEC ISO KLG. This they knew. The National Security Organization, Switzerland, this they knew about ISO-SEC. The course provision was taking place from Threat Analyst Limited, certification from International Security Organization, ISO KLG. Connection, it was me. I was the business-making person. And this collaboration existed because I was in between. If for a reason I was withdraw my operations in Nigeria, the time that Nnamdi was in life, Nnamdi will not have any option to use any more ISO-SEC. Any option. But this will not be possible to happen because the relationship I had with Nnamdi until the moment he passed away, it was more than excellent. More than excellent. Okay? Until the moment this person told me, the one who pretends the boss today of ISO-SEC, that Nnamdi had more than 14 bank accounts. And who is the one who have 14 bank accounts? He's a good person and so on. He didn't tell me this, but what do you think if they tell you more than 14 bank accounts? I never received these 14 bank account numbers, of course. Anyway, all this is stated already. All this will come to the table. These people are not smart to stop tsunami before it reaches the island, because after that it will be impossible. But it's not a problem. As somebody told me, let them commit crimes. Let them do what they have to do. Let them create their penalty. Because it's not you who will do what is about to happen. It's them. And now they make a public statement that I ask you to join and record their statements. I want these statements to come in public. I want these statements, no matter what they say, I don't care. Whatever they say, I don't care. I want to come in public. Because no matter what they say, they don't have any right to use my logo, my brand, not only without my approval, but by having a completely against it to use my brand. In order to do that, they had to pay entry fee. They had to pay franchising fee. They had to pay dividends and royalties. Not only the 50%, way more from the moment they did what they did. But now, even if they come and tell me, myself to take 99.9% and them to take 0.1%, the answer is no. I don't collaborate with this kind of people. I'm always fight crime. I don't support crime. Okay? This is what I had to say. So ask them, who is Fokianos? Okay? Who created ISO-SEC? They say Nnamdi Okeke with ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited, which is my company. Okay? I created together with Nnamdi. But he came in Switzerland and appointed my Swiss company, the National Security Organization, ISO-KLG, as their promoter. As promoter of ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. Of course, because now Nnamdi passed away, they pretend ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited was a company of Nnamdi, and Nnamdi passed away, and they say they are the continuation of Nnamdi. That's why they have in our team in their website, first name Nnamdi, second name his face and his name. They set up a beautiful theater to prove this ISO-SEC created by Nnamdi came in Switzerland in 2017 with ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited, which is created in 2020, ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. And they came back in 2017 with this company, Nnamdi. This they say. This he says publicly, and people believe him. If they go online and check the company's registry of Nigeria, they will see it's 2020 created. They will see my name there. If they check to the registry of Switzerland, they will see in ISO-KLG, my name is there. My name is in all legal schemes that existed. Where is their name? Nowhere. I agreed him to take the 50% under specific circumstances. And I gave them the only agreement that existed in which I say that they have nothing to do with the brand, an agreement they never signed. He never signed to send it back to me. So it's not valid. It's not valid. If he signs it today, means nothing because I never received it and it's not valid. This was my willing, not the agreement. The agreement needs two. They sign and both they have a signed copy. Okay? He believes, he's very smart, he believes whatever he did, he covers him. We're talking about a brand of more than 10 to 15,000 certificates issued before him. And he didn't pay not even 1 cent to enter, when I can prove very easily. If I go to the Nigerian market and I ask $100,000 for the ISO-SEC brand in Nigeria, I will get it because it's very famous. It's the most famous brand in further education of security, in the security industry. And that's why they don't want to leave it. That's why they don't leave it, because they know the power of my brand. Okay? So, ask them, to who belongs ISO-SEC, International Security Organization, ISO-KLG? Who is the founder of ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited? all founders to mention. And he must know because he's the one who is, for the time being, of the collaboration I had with him, he was the CEO of ISO-SEC Nigeria Limited. Even though he never sent me financial analysis, he never sent me bank statements, he never did the job a CEO should make to the shareholder, you know? And his partner, as he said, there is no partner, there is no partnership. It was about to happen, but never happened. Never happened. Partnership is something completely different. Partnership is fair. I didn't receive anything for what he received. And then he kicked me out from my property, from my chat rooms, for the groups Nnamdi created on my behalf, because to this I created, they was unable to kick me out. I kicked them out. And even if I kicked them out, they had no right to kick me out because I am the owner. But it's okay. Let them do what they want to do. The day that the sum will come. Will come. And this day is not far away. This has to finish because family of Nnamdi Okeke has to start receiving funds. The job the Nnamdi Okeke created in Nigeria, it has to go back to his family, to his widow and children, and not to an unknown person and to traders that want to make money and be famous, and they show to the TV and so and so. Why? Why? I told them to finish this amicably. I told them that to announce to the public ISO-SEC is not collaborating anymore in Nigeria after issues we had, challenges we faced with the Swiss authorities in Nigeria from the Nigerian activity Mr. created by offering intelligence courses without approval from the Swiss authorities. So it's okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. They believe they can handle this. Don't worry, I handle this. Until they realize it's so big, tsunami is so big that nobody can handle it. Nobody, even me, I will not be able to stop it. I will not be able to stop it. Even if they beg me, they cry, I'm not able to stop it. Nobody will be able to stop it unless they put something to their mind, they stop everything, they apologize publicly because they destroy my brand in Nigeria since that day. They destroy ISO-SEC in Nigeria. And ISO-SEC now is a non-profit with collaborations with very serious organizations. And those people, they ruin the future of millions of security professionals around the world with what they're doing. This is my last call and my final warning. The legal tsunami will hit them. Nobody will be able to stop it. The only thing I did is one. If Nigerian authorities don't stop it, don't give a fair trial, don't give the normal result to this case, which is completely obvious what it happened, must be completely stupid or corrupted, somebody to not see the truth. So if it does not happen this, international TV channels will step in. I know. I have a medicine to everything. Don't worry. I have a medicine. And you know something? I don't control international media. As soon as they enter, if everything is there, no matter whose fault, mine, him, him, doesn't matter, will come to the surface. Will come to the surface. Truth will be visible, and the authorities then and the justice then will do their job, because it will be one way. They will not have any chance to not do it anymore, because it will be the name of the country on risk, not of a individual, not of a brand, not of anything. Okay? Thank you very much for 1 hour. This is what I had to say.